This segment is sponsored by North American Banking Company. Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Magnificent. You guys all know about Funny or Die. Funny or Die is this phenomenon.
Oh, God, yeah.
It is a phenomenon. Our very special guest, Sofia Gonzales. Good morning, Ms. Gonzales. How are you?
Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Never better. You sound like you're in a great mood. Isn't it about 4 o'clock in the morning where you are?
No, I think it's only 9 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's 9 o'clock. That's very true. Sophia.
Is Catherine there?
I am. Hi, Sophia.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. I followed you on Twitter today.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I love every time I get followed on Twitter, I just get so excited.
I know. That's
why I'm in a good mood.
I like that, too. It's fun. People like me.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm interesting. I'm validated.
You're just amazing. See what you started, Sophia? Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. How is it working with Funny or Die? What a great idea. That was Will Ferrell? Was that his idea?
Yes, he actually put it together, and it's an amazing production company. It's really, anybody can kind of get up there with an idea, any celebrity or anybody, and contact the production company and put a video together. And I've been lucky enough to work with them a few times, and just the nicest people to work with, and excited about the project. Everyone is just having a blast, and the days are long, but they're fun, and they're very supportive if you do something on your own. If you write them directly and say, hey, can you put this on the front page? Can you plug this? They're very supportive if they like it. If they don't like it, then you don't hear back. But if they like it, they're very supportive, and it's just a really fun community, and I feel really lucky to be part of it.
We found out already that Sofia Gonzales is very humble because she said, I've been on it a few times. She's actually been on the front page of Funny or Die dozens of times. So,
yay, you.
Well, yeah, I'm lucky because, the comedic community is really, it's actually kind of small. Once you get in it, people kind of use you a lot if they need their token Latina.
You need it. Oh, come on, you're more than that.
I said their token Latina.
I went to the Groundlings School. I graduated from there in April, and the Groundlings has awesome alumni like Will Ferrell, Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, and so I got involved there. And Mikey Day is this awesome comedian that wrote Puppet High with Michael Naughton, and it's a really, really, really funny. I don't know if you guys seen Puppet High, but it's this high school with human children and also puppet high schoolers. And
sounds like my high school.
Sophia, I have to ask you a question. Did you put together the bio, or did my wife put together the bio?
That was her publicist.
The publicist put together. And I told him to change it. I said, can you change that? Because every time I get introduced as Latina Faye, I get really awkward and feel weird. He goes, no, it makes sense to people.
No, that's not the part I was talking about. I wasn't going to bring up that part. I was just happy my wife didn't write the bio because it says the following. Sofia Gonzales, this Groundlings graduate, is gorgeous, sexy, and extremely funny. I'm really glad my wife didn't write that.
I almost didn't call you because you're too sexy. I'm jealous. I feel threatened.
Well, actually, if you go on TomBarnardPodcast.com, Sophia, you'll see that Catherine is a beautiful woman herself.
That's why I asked if she was there. I said, Catherine looks really pretty and nice.
He's sitting next to me, so he has to say that. So.
Not true.
He married you
Plus
for a
the
reason.
Marriage.
That whole deal.
Sophia,
maybe he likes you a bit.
You did go to the website then?
I'm sorry?
You did go to the website, TomBarnardPodcast.com, to see Catherine's picture?
Yes, I did.
Okay, don't you think I should sue Francis Ford Coppola because they took my look and my style for the Godfather? I'm really upset about that.
Especially the orange rind in the mouth.
That's exactly right. Sophia, we've been sitting around watching Funny or Die. We've been watching all your videos. You do unbelievable impressions, the acting. You got it all going. So when you're huge in about another week or two, you'll still come back, won't you?
Of course, absolutely, and I just pray that I get huge. I mean, that'd be really great.
But why wouldn't you get huge? You've got it all.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty exciting a few weeks ago. I auditioned for Saturday Night Live.
Ooh.
And
they went with those 3 people from Chicago, but, I could still keep hope alive and keep working at it, and that's the plan,
Do they already have a token Latina?
I don't know. I can't tell. One of the cast members, she's brunette, so maybe she is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
One of the new girls.
got to be tough being a token Latina in California.
There's actually a lot of us token Latinas out here in California.
Yeah.
It's a couple.
I would say. So how did you get your start in acting and doing comedy and doing when did you learn you could do impressions, by the way?
Actually, I learned before I came out to Los Angeles. I was kind of just teasing everybody in the office and imitating everybody. And I worked in a political strategy firm, and I was a community organizer. And anyway, I would imitate people in our office to their faces and just kind of make fun. People were like, "Wow, that's a really good Brendan," or "That's a really good Kelly." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I have an knack for this." And then when I came out to LA, I started doing, Sofia Vergara and Penelope Cruz and Michelle Rodriguez.
Do them all now.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Did you hear Catherine, Sophia?
You want me to do them now?
All of them, right now.
Each and every single impression you've got.
People love that when you tell them, well, do your act right now. Yeah, people love it when you tell them.
Yeah, really.
Well, it's fun to do impressions only because once you study somebody long enough, you notice that they do certain things like Penelope Cruz, like she touches her hair a lot, and she has like these belly eyes, and she's very soft, and she's just very, and it talks about her Oscars and her son, and so it's very sweet to kind of get what it is that makes that person kind of tick, and then heighten that to a 10, and people are like, oh God, they do that, and it's very fun being able to do impressions.
The problem that I have, Sophia, is I do the exact same impression of Penelope Cruz, but they call me racist for doing it.
And creepy.
Yes, and creepy. I forgot about that part.
Please stop winking
Well, you don't
at
have
me.
to wear the outfit.
I touch my hair and I wink a lot, and people go, "Oh my God!"
And it looks a little gay.
The wig's
That's
a
a
mess.
grocery store.
It looks a
It's
little
not
gay.
good.
Well, that's nothing wrong
I
with
told you to
looking
get a
little
real
gay.
hair
nothing
wig in the
wrong
first
with it.
place.
Sophia, do you always start with the mannerisms first before you work on the voice?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of, it's going to sound so actory and cheesy, but it is fun to kind of get into their body. Like Sofia Vergara is like very big, and she uses her arms a lot, and she's not afraid to be big and huge and take up space. And so when you get into that kind of body, it's kind of the voice, all that stuff kind of follows. And
Sophia, it's interesting doing impressions. It's a cultural thing, obviously. I've been doing voiceover since 1977, doing the same radio show for 27 years now. But I got my start in voiceover by imitating black men, and in particular Muhammad Ali. I got my first voiceover job doing a Muhammad Ali impression. And it's because I grew up in a very urban neighborhood. So I was able to, I used to sit around, literally walk down the street, and an older black man would go, "Tommy, run down to the corner, give me a Bub's Daddy."
Oh, what?
You don't know what a Bub's Daddy is?
What's a Bub's Daddy?
I always wondered if it was
I'm
Daddy
far
Bubs
too
or
white.
A Bub's Daddy. Maybe it's an inner city thing.
I
But
don't
a Bub's
know.
Daddy was about a 1.5 long piece of bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
Run down, give me a
Mom's too
Bub's Daddy.
honky.
Yeah.
We know it
Too
as
much of a honky.
what is it? Bubble tape or whatever?
Yeah, bubble tape.
Oh, yeah. Something.
I
Yeah.
love those.
Those are crazy.
Sophia loves
6
bubble
feet of
tape.
fun.
6
Oh, my
feet
God.
of fun.
Where do we go from? You audition constantly, I would imagine.
Yes, and it's fun. I mean, but the hard part is when you get attached to a character, or you get to attach to a project that keep bringing you back, and you're like, oh my God, this is going to happen, and then I'm going to buy a car, and I'm going to buy clothes. It's amazing.
I can finally have a home. Just
Exactly, and then they're like, listen, we're actually cutting the role entirely, but you were amazing. We want to bring you back. And you're like, okay. And you just got to keep a positive attitude, even though you want to be like, but you don't understand. I'm going to have a whole different life.
It was right in front of me. We've been talking to many actors and comedians over the years about you walk into auditions, and in your case, it's not true, but a guy, let's say a young comedian trying to break through in L.A., walks into an audition, and every one of them says the same thing. They say, there are 20 better versions of you in there. They're you, but they're better than you. You find that to be true?
Absolutely. I mean, especially with commercial auditions where they're like, we want somebody we want somebody pretty but not model-y. And you're like, okay, so I understand now that I'm not a model. And then you walk into the room, and then you see these girls who are clearly models and tall and, like, just ridiculously skinny, and you're in there with your, like, T-shirt and jeans, and you're like, okay, I don't think I'm going to get this commercial. And you just have to laugh at it because, I mean, there are some girls out here who it's purely about being ridiculously gorgeous. They work every single day in and day out on that, and that's hard work, too. So...
But these producers must be going to Funny or Die and watching you on there. You must be getting calls from that, I would assume.
Yes, and that's the best part. Is that the best part is when you just get cast and stuff, and you don't have to audition because people know your work and they just trust you. And that happened with Puppet High, and I got paid for that project. It was really fun, and everybody trusted me, and I just got to walk on the set and have a ball. And those are the best case scenarios. That's why I trust the video making because it's worked for me.
You talked about the modeling thing. It just brought back the YouTube video that you're in, How to Magazine Modeling. Where did you film that? Because that's hilarious. People should go and watch that.
Thank you. My friend Patty and I were looking through a magazine, and we were just naming off all these poses that these women do. Like, they bend over and they kind of do a hunchback, and we were, like, just naming it, like, scoliosis. And
I like the whiff of lesbianism one.
Yeah, there's a lot of whiff of lesbianism in the magazine. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
You just filmed it yourselves?
Yeah, well, actually, my brother has a green screen, so we went over to his studio and we shot it. And my boyfriend's an editor and director extraordinaire, so I'm lucky in that way that I have people around me who are very creative, and when we basically show them the script, they're excited to jump in and get it done.
We do have a rule for the single men on the show. My son Andy is on the show. So whenever a very beautiful young woman comes on the show, Andy has a rule. Don't ever mention you have a husband or a boyfriend.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He's giving you evils right now.
He's like, what is me out of this?
Sophia, my son's giving me the evil eye right now because I said that. You got to come back more often. Honestly, whenever you have anything new, like on Funny or Die, or you have to, if you could, report in to the Tom Barnard Podcast how it's going, because you're
tweet me, babe.
I'm just telling you, you're about a heartbeat away from breaking huge. There's no question about it.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Tom and Catherine. And who else is there? Is that your son?
Yep.
Son Andy, daughter Alex. Nephew Sean.
It's a family show.
It's a family show. And then their godfather, actually.
Yeah, we brought him in today.
Their godfather. He's the godfather of both Andy and Alex. He's here today as well. Say hello, Fitz.
Hello.
Oh, dear.
Hello.
Tony Lee also. True. I got to work with Tony for many years on the morning show that I'm currently on. He left the show about 12 years ago, and now we got a chance to work together again, which is a lot of fun and exciting for me. But Fitz is what you say you're 6'5", but you're taller than that.
Just about 6'5", yeah.
He's a big one.
He is a very imposing. I mean, he's as big as any defensive lineman or offensive lineman in NFL football, right? So
he's a teddy bear.
He's a teddy bear. So he meets my daughter's boyfriend. Was it a boyfriend or some of you were just dating?
I don't.
We didn't allow our daughter to date until she was 23, by the way. So
this was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
3 years or so.
So Fitz, the godfather of both Andy and Alex, was walking up and he says the young man's name, "Hello, how you doing?" Tony's like, "Yeah, hello, how you doing?" And now this guy is about 1.5 feet shorter than Fitz.
Who are we talking about?
We don't want to
identify the boyfriend.
Right.
The yucky one. He who must not be
named.
named.
She said the yucky one. That's right.
Just
what was I
you're
thinking
lucky.
one?
Yeah.
He comes up and he goes, "Hi, nice to meet you. As you know, I'm Alex's godfather, and I just want to tell you that whatever you do to her, I'm going to do to you." And the kid went into full-blown panic, and then Fitz said, "All I mean is if you're nice to her, I'll be nice to you."
Come over here and sit on my lap.
So if you need any strong arming, Sophia, we're the people for you.
Yeah.
Yes, no question.
We got you covered.
So, Sophia, we want to stay in touch because, as I said, you're a very, very talented, lovely woman. I don't want to even mention gorgeous and sexy. It's just a given.
Oh.
But
Stop
creepy.
to her.
Dad, you're embarrassing me.
Okay, sorry about it. Sophia, you've been a great guest, and come back very soon, please.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
If you've not seen Sofia Gonzales, seriously, go. There are several different...
Funny or Die has a bunch of her clips, and she's got a ton of them on YouTube.
And guys, when you're watching the videos, behave. if you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
She's a doll. I wanted her to hang longer.
Isn't she a sweetheart?
We'll
Yes.
put a link. We can put a link on the site.
Yeah, you know what? Her webpage, though, is like a GoDaddy thing. It's not even.
So it crashed?
She needs to. Yeah.
So it crashed for what, 24 hours?
I don't think she paid her GoDaddy bill.
She's also on Sexy or Die. I don't know if you.
She probably is on
No.
Sexy.
Catherine, no.
No.
But you know,
she's not.
Let's not typecast the poor woman.
you can find her on YouTube. You can find her on Funny or Die. Like I said, she's been on the front page of Funny or Die dozens of times. She is an up-and-comer. I got to believe she's going to be a star, don't you think?
I think so. Absolutely. I'm pulling for you.
She's
No
really
question about
charming. I found this great old Pat Boone song, Speedy Gonzales.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to play it for her, but it didn't seem right to just pop that in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You can add
I'd
that
be
in
offended
post.
by that.
Put that in post.
In old Mexico, I walked alone between some old adobe haciendas. Suddenly,
So outdated.
I
From
heard
the
the plaintive
50s.
cry of a young Mexican girl.
My God.
What the hell is this?
She's probably like, that was my first job. I'm
Not a
singing
very
this
flattering
song.
portrayal.
No.
That's incredible.
Rocking out. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Pally?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Let us take a second to talk about my bank. That would be North American Banking Company. If you own a business or are thinking about starting one, make sure to check out my friends at North American Banking Company. When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity to solve a problem, turn to their experts, because they are locally owned and operated. Loan decisions are made here in the Twin Cities, not shipped out of state. This helps business owners expand with confidence. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fitz, would you help Andy get a hold of Lewis, because I left my phone book upstairs, unfortunately.
This?
In here. Didn't we put it in your...
Oh, you know, it might. Oh, yeah, there you go. Under M, and don't read it out loud.
Rosita, I have to go shopping downtown for my mother. She needs some tortillas and chili peppers.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah, that would have gone over huge.
Some tortillas and chili peppers in the motor.
Was that from
Those are Hispanic and Latino listeners.
Was that from the Pat Boone show?
Yeah, kiss them goodbye. I think so.
I'm not
just
seeing
That used to be
release.
like an entertaining
Oh, all right, I'll
thing.
give him a call
That's
right now.
hilarious.
It is unbelievable. I'll take care
He's
of this.
got it? Okay.
A portion of the profits of the Tom Barnard Podcast goes directly to the Smile Network. The Smile Network is a nonprofit organization that provides life-altering reconstructive surgeries and related healthcare services to impoverished children and young adults in developing countries. The Smile Network, together, we are constructing lives one bright, smiling face at a time. So that was, I was very impressed with Sofia Gonzales.
No, she's
Seriously.
sweet.
We are getting huge response, by the way. And Fitz, I don't know if have you heard the Deep Cover Cop yet? That episode?
I have not.
Honest to God, this guy was a tremendous guest. He was on yesterday, and we're getting huge response about Deep Cover Cop. Ted Sumner's his name.
Yeah, he was a great
The
guest.
Palenti's getting a huge response. It's just very, very fortunate.
Plenty.
Now, I don't want to talk much about Louis Mustillo until he actually gets on the air with us, because
Everyone knows who he is.
well, everybody knows who he is,
He's
but I
a
mean,
big deal.
there are connections that are pretty amazing. Is Louis ready to go? Hello, Louis.
Hello?
Hello.
How you doing, Louis?
Tom, how are you?
I'm doing extremely well. Andy, could we get him up just a little bit? I think we're on a cell phone.
Yeah, we are on a cell phone.
Are you on a cell phone, Louis?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's much better. Louis Mustillo with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll tell you who he is in a second, but first, I have a special in-studio guest, Louis. You might want to can you guess who that might be?
Who is it? I have no idea.
Justin Timberlake.
Louis, first of all, who? He goes, who? Catherine, my wife, you've met. We've sat in the old screen porch drinking wine.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good to hear your voice. Yes, I owe you guys a visit.
Yes, you do. No question.
Get out here.
Daughter Alex is with us, and son Andy with us also. My nephew Sean. Tony Lee, a guy I've worked with for many, many years on the show.
Hi, Toby.
Tony.
He's one of your people, Tony.
I actually like Toby better. Louis, now I'll ask you this question later. So you can't guess who our special guest, our mystery guest might be.
Might be Mike Fitzgibbon.
Yay! You win nothing.
You may think they're saying boo, 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 but they're saying loo, loo, loo.
How would he have guessed that?
Well, listen. There's only one celebrity I know in Minnesota that's, two. Sorry, Tom.
Great. Thanks a lot, Louis. That's great. Thank you.
I figured Fitz might be stopping by because I've gotten a few messages from him in the last. Lou, I'll be listening on the show. Okay, so hi, Fitz.
Hello, Lou. How are you?
Feeling?
I'm doing real good. Yourself?
Not bad.
Where are we catching you, at the racetrack or in the studio?
No, we're at the lovely back area of the Atwater Lodge, which is my house here in Atwater, California.
Nice.
I call it the Atwater Lodge because in the back, basically, I go to every Salvation Army in the California southern area, and I just get ugly stuff that no one else would buy. And I put it up in my backyard, and somehow it all comes together.
Indeed.
I'm sure it does.
Sounds like every resort in Wisconsin.
Are you working on a Hoarders episode?
I got like logs that would, had like, I got the ashtrays from Vegas. I got like the, a lot of tiki stuff.
Tiki? Yeah, a lot of Italian guys need tiki stuff at their houses. There's no doubt about that.
A lot of Art Deco.
Tony, cue the Sanford and Son theme.
Yeah. So we'll call you Lou because there's Louie, there's Lou, there's Louis, but you're most comfortable with Lou?
Yes.
All right, I want to make sure because I want to make you comfortable. What we like about doing the Tom Barnard podcast is that it's like sitting around the last time you were at my house, we sat out in the little screen porch and drank a bottle of wine from the year you were born. Remember that?
Yeah, it was beautiful. I still have that bottle.
Oh, do you really?
Is it in your backyard?
I do. They got these things now where they're candle holders for wine bottles. So you just it's like a cork, but it's got a candle, like a little candelabra.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
So that's what I use. I put it, like in dinner. It's a great conversation piece because it was like a Margot. It was a Margot from '58.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just sitting around talking, schmoozing, all the family's here, friends. How many series now have you appeared on total? And then we'll get to the one that's just really killing it now. It's just a wonderful thing and a wonderful show. But how many different series have you appeared on now?
Well, I've done a lot of pilots. In fact, the last time I was on, I said I've done more pilots than an Air Force hooker.
Hey now.
I know this is a family show, but that's always the
truth.
The line.
Truth is the truth.
And the thing is, the odds on the pilots getting picked up are, really slim. There was a year where I did 2 of them, and neither of them made it. And the second one, when the phone call came in, I called my mother. Second one was for NBC, and she asked if there's anyone she could call.
God bless Marie. How is Marie doing?
Yeah. Doing good. You could hear her saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody? Ma, call Warren Littlefield over at NBC. Tell him it's Marie Mustillo. She's a little upset, But I've done the first series I did. I came on after the pilot, and I ended up doing they only did 10 episodes. I think we did all 10. They only aired 7. It was a show called Man of the People with James Garner.
Oh, yeah.
This was 90, I think. And that was, NBC and James Garner. I just thought, boy, this is going to go forever. And it just, nobody really, it was kind of ahead of its time because it was one-camera comedy for a half hour. And, 10 years later, everybody was doing it, but nobody really watched. Then the second one was DreamWorks' first drama series when they first became the big company studio. They put out their first hour drama called High Incident. It was a cop show.
Yep, remember that.
It was like a fictitious town in Southern California. And Spielberg was very hands-on, so that was a trip. He would work the camera. He was always contributing things to the script. He would call. The trip was I was living in this studio apartment in Los Feliz section of L.A., and this is pre-cell phone, so the phone would ring, and there'd be some woman going, "Louis, I have Steven Spielberg for you." And I'd be like, at the oven, making a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, turn the gas off and sit down, and he'd give me ideas or something, And so it was a trip. It was a real trip to do that. But, again, it was one of those shows that had a weird time slot, and nobody, we were against Friends in that, so nobody really, we got buried. And ABC didn't really, I don't know if they didn't really understand it or they didn't really get behind it. But years later, watch this show now, Southland.
Yes.
Southland is exactly High Incident.
Mm-hmm. Right, it is, absolutely.
It's the exact sort of handheld camera, everything that we were doing. So somebody was watching.
Right.
I love the fact that, again, we have someone on the phone that's, just humble. You didn't mention Seinfeld. You didn't mention The Sopranos. Some pretty good shows.
Mike and Molly.
Well, yeah. I mean, in terms of guest star roles, the ones I've done, Seinfeld stands out, and of course, The Sopranos was such a well done show.
Yeah.
That I'm just happy that I was able to do even a few of them. I did David Chase has got a movie coming out about who created Seinfeld. He was going to be a musician. He went out to L.A. to pursue a musical career. And it happens, a lot of these guys that can write music, they end up able to write, the mind works in the same way. They're able to write scripts very easily. Chuck Lorre, who is the executive producer of Mike and Molly, he came out to be a musician too. So something about that, whatever that chip is in the brain, these guys were able to adapt that sort of deal they do musically into storytelling, and it's amazing because they both can knock off a script in 2 days. It's incredible. But he's got a movie coming out, and he gave me a nice little role in it. Nothing outrageous, but I thought it was great that he remembered me from the doing the Sal Vitro gardener guy.
Can we give the name of the movie, or is that?
You know what it's called right now? I honestly, Tom, it's called the David Chase Project.
Okay.
I swear to God,
to be named later.
Titled it. In fact, I ran into him in New York, and I said, "Does it have a name yet?" He said, "No." But I got to do it. He had said I got to do it soon because it's going to be coming out in the fall.
Hey, Lou, before we move on with Spielberg, do us all a favor. And, we both come, as you said, Tom, from humble beginnings, much like yourself and everybody here. But Louie's dad, rest his soul, Big Lou, was at home one time at 49 Edgewood and got a phone call from Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah, they called the Buffalo number because I was at home, and he picked the phone up. But the funny thing about it is he had been out to the set, and Spielberg was happened to be on the set all day, so he got a director's chair, and Spielberg said, "Have Lou's dad sit." So Spielberg and my dad were sitting side by side in director's chairs watching the monitor, which I thought was a trip because my father had his Perry Como sweater on.
Did he give Spielberg any tips at all? Or?
I know, but that was the thing. He was, by the end of it, he's going, "That was good. I think they could have came in on a little bit of a higher length."
I need an extreme close-up.
Yeah, Steve, I think the camera angle there was a little off. They should move it a little right, I think, But no, they were having these wonderful conversations, and it was a trip because after each take, I would look over there, and there was there's my old man having this conversation with this guy. So when he did call the house, it was like his old friend. "Hey, Lou, it's Steve." "Okay, Steve, listen, I'll talk to you. I'll be out there to Pacific Palisades probably the next couple of months."
It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care-focused facility that has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. And when I say things like this, if you're brand new, since it's a brand new show, some brand new people might be listening, I know them personally. And I don't say I know people personally, yes, I do. Matter of fact, I know 2 generations of the family. They're wonderful people. I do know them personally, and they are a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They are the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Sometimes the anxiety for wondering if you saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? My guy, Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, can sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk. Never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608. Set up your free 48-minute no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments must involve risk. You know that. All comments and opinions of Josh Arnold do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser. This part of the show is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation. 952-925-5608. Now, of course, and I have this growing affection for Billy Gardell anyway. I've interviewed him now probably 10 times. I got to beg him to be on the podcast. Matter of fact, he'd be a great guest on the podcast because he could open up.
I'll tell him today. I'll talk to him today. Billy is a very special guy.
He is.
He's the same sort of guy as Fitz. He's a generous, funny, smart, intelligent, got a heart of gold. And I'm telling you, he's like the foundation of this show because his name's the first name on the call sheet, and he is not at all a prima donna. He considers it an ensemble show. And believe me, if you got a guy, and Melissa's the same way, she's a sweetheart of a person, but you got 2 people, the show's got their name on it. And, you know, they could make it about, hey, wait a second, I should be doing this, I should be this, he shouldn't be here, you know, this whole thing.
Right.
There's none of that going on. And he truly has a calming effect on everybody. And I've grown to love the guy dearly. And I would never, ever, you know, pay lip service to that. If I didn't feel that way, I would say, "Oh yeah, we have a good time at work. He's you know, easy guy to work with. All the best to Billy."
Hey Lou, when you talk about all the duplicity and copycatting that is coming out of Hollywood and other studios, you know, with if we have another CSI Buffalo, I'm waiting for that. That's going to be great. But really, what helps make I think Mike and Molly work is that there's no one out there that's doing anything like it. You really can't copy it. Right, so it's true. Yeah. It's true to life. There's the characters. You and Swoozy just complete the picture. And there's really nothing else out there like it. So I think it's great. It really is goes out there on the edge.
I agree with you, Fitz. It's an old school sitcom with some really good modern touches to it, you know.
Right.
And like I say, it's considered an ensemble piece, and the 2 leads are so wonderful and so humble that everybody feels that way, and it's a comfortable place to work. And I'm telling you. Here's a great Billy Gardell story. I'm over here at the Atwater Lodge, and he knows that I love to cook, so he comes over for dinner because I'll make him a little Italian thing or something, and I had this, you know, grill that was okay. You know, it was one of these. I just moved it with me, a small little grill, and I'm making some tri-tip. And he goes, Lou.
Bragger.
What's that?
Bragger.
Yeah. So right, the tri-tip, Mr. Tri-tip. So I'm doing this whole thing, and then about 3 days later, I'm sitting there, and my wife goes, Lou, there's a guy from Lowe's in front of the house. So he goes, are you Lou Mustillo? I said, yeah. He goes, I got something for you. Guy wheels out this, like, primo 4-burner, deluxe grill from Billy Gardell.
Nice.
Wow.
I mean, that's just a beautiful, beautiful guy. And Fitz, that's what reminds me of Fitz. Fitz would just, show up to my mother's house with bouquets of flowers and gifts. And, I remember Fitz, for my wedding, had a little cocktail party for me, impromptu, that he just did the day he got into town, and we all went and had this beautiful cocktail party. And it was, he did it all on his own, on his idea. And I'll never forget that as long as I live.
Well,
That's what friends and family are for.
I'll tell you one very quick story, Lou. You'll understand this. We're standing around at the house, and I said, you know what? I got to get it. One refrigerator's not enough. I got all this stuff, and I drink a lot of bottled water and stuff like that.
He means wine.
No, I mean bottled water.
Stuff like that.
And I said, I got to get a refrigerator in my garage. Next day, I get done with the show. I walk in my garage. There's a refrigerator in my garage from Fitz.
Really? See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like you mention it. He's, heart of gold. Bang! There's the refrigerator. Here you go. I mean, that's just. There's not a lot of people out there like that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, they're few and far between. So, hey, listen, I've known Fitz. We were, grade school.
Right.
And there's not many people that stay for. When people. I introduced them to my friends. They said, well, how long have you known him? Known him since I was like 7. They're like, really? They're really, impressed by that. I said, well, that's just the type of neighborhood I grew up in, where we all stayed friends, And there's a few of us who have drifted. But, I got Fitz, George, I talk to my buddy Ray Nowak every now and then. Billy Barnes. These guys are all friends of mine that I've known since grade school. And, we still talk, and I can always turn to them, and they could always turn to me. So it's a great thing.
We're talking to Lou Mustillo about the show. Mike and Molly, of course, a huge hit comedy.
Huge.
And I should mention, because, again, it's a family podcast, and you can say whatever you want on it or whatever, but Fitz is going to be a character that'll pop up once in a while. Lou, he's done some incredible impressions for me on the radio show on KQRS, working there for the past 27 years. But who gave you... was it Chuck Lorre that came up with your character's name? Because it's a tremendous name.
No, this. Speaking of friends that people have known their whole life, this is a guy that Mark Roberts, who created the show.
Oh yeah,
this is a childhood buddy of his. This guy he's known forever.
Wait a second, his real last name is Moranto?
Moranto.
I thought you made it up from Toronto. The guy's a moron, so we'll call him Moranto.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Vince Moranto's like a buddy.
Really?
Wow.
And he gave this, of course, there's no real release you need on the name because it's not anybody known that well. And so there's no other character on TV with that name, and there's no actor with that name. So it's a nod to his friend.
The guy's name is Moranto. I love that.
His name is Vincent Moranto. He's showing me pictures of the guy.
That's Vincent a wonderful thing.
Hey, Lou, is Swoozy drinking real wine on most of those sets?
No, God, no.
Okay.
No, because we got to do take after take. We'd be plowed.
A fish bowl. She drinks out of a fish bowl. Now, your character, I'm not asking you to go to work here. It's just 2 words that I'd like you to say in character, if you would, because every time you say it, you've used it at least a few times that I've heard. If you could, in character, say the words Dracar Noir, I would love that.
Oh, right. That where he's putting on the aftershave lotion, right?
Right.
Dracar Noir.
Dracar Noir. Got this great Chicago accent. Hilarious.
Let us take a second to talk about my bank. That would be North American Banking Company. If you own a business or are thinking about starting one, make sure to check out my friends at North American Banking Company. When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity to solve a problem, turn to their experts because they are locally owned and operated. Loan decisions are made here in the Twin Cities, not shipped out of state. This helps business owners expand with confidence. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain and chip issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? You know, inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
Yeah, speaking of that, Catherine, bring that up to Lou.
What?
The fact that Chicago
The
accent.
Chicago accent. People don't think the people from Chicago have accents, but what you're doing is perfect, what you do on the show.
Yeah, I did a lot of research on that accent because, you know, in Buffalo, it's very similar, and I kept trying to find out why that similarity is. And that accent outside of Chicago, you can go anywhere else in Illinois, and you don't hear that sort of Vince Moranto type of accent. And Fitz, it's very similar to West Side Italian guys, you know.
Oh, no question. I was just there when I was back in town. I went up to Chimay's to get some sausage, and guess what, Lou? They were closed. No sausage. Oh,
no sausage.
They went out of business, Chimay.
No sausage.
To explain to people who are obviously don't know this, but I had told the story. A young woman named Sofia Gonzales was also on the podcast today. I don't know if you've heard her name. Not she's on Funny or Die a lot, but a brilliant, beautiful young woman on the rise. So keep an eye out for her. But I brought up the fact that Fitz is the godfather of both Catherine and my children. Yes. Godfather of Andy, godfather of Alex. But the reason that Lou could guess so quickly who the mystery guest was is Fitz.
Yes.
Because
Lou Mustillo was Fitz's best man in his wedding.
Indeed.
Yes. And godfather to Aaron.
Yes.
And godfather to Aaron.
Daughter,
That's exactly right.
Indeed.
So basically, Lou, now that you're a big shot, if we have another kid, which is highly unlikely, I just got the look from my wife.
Never know.
Could happen.
No, it could not.
So you're saying we got a chance?
You got a chance.
I would be
grandchildren, perhads, but
not much of one. But it was so.
You know what? Another famous imitation I do, and you guys, I don't think you guys know this, Tom, but I do Mr. Fitzgibbons.
Oh, Bob.
I do Bob.
Seek.
Fitz would come down and we'd be going out, and Fitz would be wearing he'd have some outfit on that would be like a Hawaiian shirt with overalls over it.
Painter pants, usually painter pants.
Yeah. Mixing it up.
He'd have the long red hair and everything. So Bob would come down and go, "Hey, where are you going, wise guy? Huh? Going out to have some fun? You ain't using the car. You ain't using my car."
Wonder Boy. That was when we had a car.
He goes, "Hey, listen, you going out with that outfit? Holy cow! I wouldn't be caught dead that outfit." "Hey, Lou, how you doing? You want a Pepsi, a sandwich? What do you need?"
Hey, Wonder Boy.
He would rail into Fitz and then turn to me and say, "Lou, you need a cup of coffee?
The refrigerator."
You know, he always called Catherine Katie. Katie, how you doing?
Yeah,
how's it going, Katie?
He did. I don't know why.
He is the only man alive or woman alive that Catherine would allow him to call her Katie, but she kind of loved it when Bob Fitzgibbons called her Katie.
Well, he kind of lit up when he said things. So
he was the best. I mean, he had the best. That big smile. It was just so fun.
Yeah.
He just reeled into Fitz for 10 minutes, then turned to Lou, you want a Pepsi?
One of the last times I saw Bob, because unfortunately Bob has left us. But we went out to play golf one day, and I hit this very mediocre drive, really mediocre drive. And Bob goes, "Jesus, Mary and St. Joseph, Tommy, you really caught that one."
Jesus, Mary and St. Hey, Lou, have you been to the track lately with the crew, Mr. Burrows, Mr. Gardell? Billy talked about one of the last times Tom interviewed him.
Yeah. Well, we're going to plan one, Fitz, for November, because that's when Santa Anita opens back up. But the funny thing about it is I had a few good days at that when we went, and then there was a horse I liked at Saratoga, and Billy was in Vegas. But anyways, I hit on a few of these horses, so now these guys think like I'm the expert.
Right. Horse ball.
Who's sixth race? Who's the horse? I'm like, I don't know who the horse is.
You been over the drawing room lately?
I've been over to the drawing room. It's a lovely place. Nova from PBS actually is going to come in and do a special on the restroom. They're going to try and see if there's any prehistoric DNA in the restroom there, because this is the diviest bar on the face of the planet, the drawing room in L.A. And I go there because they got the satellite TV thing for the NFL. So I'll go. It's a 9:30 game here, and so I go there and I have coffee and I'll watch the Bills at 9:30. But it's one of these joints in L.A. There was a law, I guess, that they didn't want kids, like anybody walks in L.A. anyways. They didn't want kids looking into windows and seeing people drink. So all the bars in L.A., the sunniest place in the world, none of them have windows.
That's true.
That makes sense.
Lovely.
It's black. Hence the joke that went over like a lead balloon, Nova coming in and doing a special on the restroom, because there's like moss growing in the place. You just don't see it because it's pitch black and it's 90 and sunny out. It makes absolutely no sense. In fact, the door, you'll be watching a game, the door opens and everybody goes, ah!
Vampires.
Complete vampires. Tony, do you have a question for Lou?
Lou, how was it growing up? You've stayed friends over the years. Has everybody stayed the same?
Well, first of all, we haven't grown up yet. That's why my lovely bride calls me
right.
Peter Pan.
There you go.
That is a good question. I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think I can carry on and not see anybody for a while and then just meet up and carry on as if, nothing has changed. And nothing has changed. I mean, we all kind of have the same basic personality. I'm the control freak. I want to know where we're going at all times,
right,
and what time we're getting there, and And then the funny thing about South Buffalo, Fitz, and you'll back me up on this, is guys from the neighborhood. They always question guys from the neighborhood, like in terms of their choices. Like as if they hear like there's a good steakhouse from someone else, then they'll like, oh, we got to go to the steakhouse. But if they hear it from the guy they've known since they were 5, they go, really? Well, why is it so great?
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Who says it's great? You? I don't know. I mean, when are you a steak expert all the time?
Right.
I was telling you, Fitz, about Dice in New York. A good friend of ours, Dice McGrath, he works in, he's got a company in Florida, Fleet Cars. And he's done well, and he's a wonderful guy. But he comes to New York, and we'll be walking into somewhere, and he goes, why are we going here? I say, because we're walking in this direction, and we're walking through the door.
Why?
It's like, I don't get it. And then he tells me he wants to eat at this Italian joint. And I said, well, Dice, I tell you, man, it's gone downhill, and it's gotten really, really busy, but nobody really goes there anymore. It's the old Yogi Berra thing.
Sure.
And it's like, you got to wait. No, I want to go there. I said, why do you want to go there? He said, guy who lives in Houston told me it's the best Italian restaurant in New York.
Go with the calamari. That's what I heard.
I don't know if you noticed, I live here. I live in New York.
Hey, Tony, to your question, Tony, the one characteristic when you come from nothing is you have thick skin. Much like I've talked with Tom a million times, North Minneapolis is a lot like South Buffalo. Right. So you have to have thick skin because you're always on guard. You're always under attack. One thing that comes to mind is, Lou, how about at the family wedding you were at recently? He's talking to Carl Palladino, who's a family friend, and we all know Carl Palladino ran for governor and lost to Cuomo in New York State. But Lou's there at family wedding and at the bar talking to Carl, having a conversation, and then, share with us, Lou, what happened then.
Oh, this kid, he's like the other, I don't know, related to the in-laws or something of my niece's, my brother-in-law's family. Anyway. So the guy walks up to me and he says something like, why do Italian men grow mustaches or something? Because they want to look like their mother. And I'm thinking, this is why this asshole, dragged me off to the side?
Interrupted, was rude.
Right. And I look at him and I go, what? He goes, oh, they want to look like their mother. I said, go fuck yourself.
And your mother, I think you added at the end.
And your mother. I think I said something like, and your mother. Or some, I hit him with a mother thing when he was, but he kind of looked at me like he was stunned, right? And I walked back and I'm like, I'm here for 10 minutes, and this is like the type of asshole. I'm at my niece's wedding. This is the first guy that like has to get me off to the side, and this is his...
Interrupts, yeah. So that's the thick skin I'm talking about, Tom. You know how it is. I mean, Louis goes back to town. They say, come on, Lou, act. Be funny.
Yeah, be funny.
Just like people in your neighborhood. Hey, Tom, be funny. Say something funny. You're like, oh, hold on a minute. How about we just have a conversation?
So he didn't notice that Mustillo part, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I like the thing where you talk to somebody for like 20 minutes. Seriously, you go back to South Buffalo. You give them all your attention. You're totally polite. How you doing? You know, they start talking about that their kids in the same ice hockey league as this kid. You don't even know what they're even talking about. And you go, oh, that's great, everything's, oh, that's great. You know, and then you say, well, listen, I haven't seen my buddy Fitz here in a while. So I only got a couple hours this afternoon, so I'd like to say hello to him. But it was nice talking to you. Oh, yeah, right. You're a big shot now.
Oh, don't I know it, Lou?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah, there's no way around it because no matter, like, so I would have to sit with the guy for 3 hours. But that happens, and, you know, like Fitz says, you know, I called him and I told him this story because I really, it's sort of, I wanted to punch the guy, but,
sure.
You know, I'm not going to ruin the wedding over a bad joke, you know?
No, absolutely.
No. We all grew up in that steel plant deal, you know, so that's just, but it did set you up for the world pretty well.
Louis, you've been amazing. Lou, thanks so much for your time. Lou Mustillo plays Vince Moranto, a real guy. I love that name.
A real guy somewhere. All right, well, listen, I will do this again. It was great to talk to you guys. Give everybody my best there in Minnesota. Love you guys.
We will do that. Say hello to Billy for me if you would.
I definitely will. Today I will definitely say hi.
Thank you, Lou.
Thanks,
Lou.
Lou.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Lou
Can't believe
Mustillo.
he's leaving so soon. No, Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah, he left already. Hey, big shot.
You take the actor out of Buffalo, but you can't. What?
Exactly.
Buffalo.
Can't take the wing out of
My
Buffalo.
favorite vacation.
You can't pluck a chicken with a what?
Buffalo, New York. Yes, the very famous Buffalo, New York. We at the Tom Barnard Podcast are kicking off a contest today. Here with that information is my nephew, Sean Barnard.
Yeah, we decided to do a... You got some that fits you.
Rally.
So we're doing this 30-day giveaway, and it's really easy to go sign up for it. You just go to TomBarnardPodcast.com. You'll see a little banner on there, but it says $5,000 giveaway. We're giving it the $5,000 away on the 11th of October. So just go there and sign up. What it really does is it helps us share the podcast, so you're basically going to go in and post on your Facebook or Twitter or email or whatever it happens to be a little more information about the podcast and send it out to all your friends. The other cool thing that we're doing, that was Tom's idea, was to also share with the Smile Network. So we're going to match that and give away $5,000 to the Smile Network. Their banner is also on our site, so if you just want to donate by going there today, you can click on that or go to smilenetwork.org. But that contest has just kicked off, so you can actually post as many times as you want. You can sign up as many times as you like, and we're going to then draw the winner, and we'll even do a quick interview on the show sometime right after October 11th.
Everybody who plays, everybody's involved in the contest will benefit. What happens with the Smile Network is they go fix mostly cleft palates on young adults and children around the world. A lot in Guatemala, a lot in Peru,
all over the place.
All over the place, they fix facial problems for little children and young adults everywhere. So even if you enter and you just get nipped by a little bit, you still benefit because you gave money to fix. That would fix about
$5,000.
About 100 kids.
Yeah,
about 100
probably.
kids will have a brand new life because of you. So just go to TomBarnardPodcast.com. And all the information is right there, right?
Yeah, it's right there on the homepage, either the banner or there's also a little information window there on the right-hand side.
Kim Valentini, the founder, is in on Monday, I think.
Is she here Monday?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent.
Next week, so.
Buy online by going to...
What? Sorry. She'll explain it.
Okay, good. Buy online by going to the Amazon.com banner at TomBarnardPodcast.com. They don't charge you a penny more. A small portion of what they sell through our site helps support the show, and it's what keeps the show free for our listeners. Click and shop today on the Amazon banner at TomBarnardPodcast.com. Thanks so much for being with us today, Fitz. Very special guest. He'll be back many more times.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's all a family deal on the Tom Barnard Podcast. Thanks very much.